Hello there, good morning everybody. How are you today? Where are you in the world? What's your weather like? All that kind of stuff. Hello Mary, Eleanor, hello. And Sue, hi Joe, Linda, Ruby, Coco. Oh, whistle's not too good today. Hi Jackie, hi Jan, how are you today? Morning Sazzle. And oh, hi Chris. What's your weather like over there? Susan, hello to you too. And Jan and Jackie. Did I say Jan? I think I said Jan and Jackie. Hello Ellen, Eleanor and Deirdre and Jackie and Wendy. And Lynn and Anne. Did you enjoy the rest of the show? Nice to meet you there. Hello Nikki. Nikki says hello, hello from a beautiful sunny France, making patchwork denim tote that I've designed. Oh, how lovely. Kim's on her away to France as we speak. They're on the ferry. She's off for 3 weeks on a driving holiday. I'm very good, thank you. Andrea, how are you? And Linda, thank you. Bev, Melinda, Rebecca, Mary, Marilyn, Brenda, in Kentucky, hello. Rosemary, and oh, thank you very much, Linda. And Jennifer, Rosemary, hello. Right, Nana's Creations has finally caught alive. I'm winging it again, winging it. I wasn't sure what I was going to make, and I only found out, or only received yesterday, some of my new Christmas fabric, which is actually launching on Crate & Craft next Sunday. I haven't made anything. So I thought I'd steal your time and make a pinny. Similar, you know, the one that Leslie made. I'm going to have a go at doing a half apron type thing like that. Just a quick one. Haven't figured out how I'm doing it yet, but we'll make it up as we go. It will be fine. Morning Kate, morning Teresa, morning So What's Knitting in Gateshead. Beryl, hello. Beverly's in Dorset. Hello, Susan and Pauline. Cloudy in Cheshire. It's all right here. It's actually all right. It's not blazing sun, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain anyway. So I have a Create and Craft show. In fact, I've got the one-day special, which launches tonight at 6 o'clock. The actual one-day special will not be available until 6 o'clock tonight. Although I think they accidentally put it live because we've been selling them. But when I just had a look, you can't order it. I don't have the actual panels yet because they're so hot off the press, they're literally coming in today. But this is what you're going to be able to make. So it's in blue or pink, and that's the actual panel. It's huge. For the one-day special, you will get the top fabric, white backing fabric, and wadding. And if all you do is sew around the shapes, that's the quilt that you can make. Or of course you can cut those out individually, make cushion covers, or do what you like with it. That's one huge piece of fabric. So that will be going live just before, I would imagine, just before 6 o'clock tonight. When it sells out, we can't get any more of the wadding, so we are restricted to the amount of one-day specials we could put together. We've bought our supplier out completely. There will be a while stocks last, which is exactly the same, and it's the same price, but without the wadding. So in effect, if you go for the one-day special, you get the wadding for free. And that's, I said, it's a crib size wadding, so it's quite big. So I'm going to show you that, but I wanted to show you these because I forgot to bring them down here the other day. And these are live on the Create & Craft website now. And they're panels to make cushion covers, and you get the instructions with them as well. So they're ever so simple. Let me show you closer up. There's 3 options, and that's it. Ain't that sweet? He's lovely. So that's obviously the snowy owl, and all you're going to do, in fact, what I've done, I've put this in the instructions. Instead of sewing across here to create the look of a seam, I've actually pinched it and pressed it, and then sewn like a pin tuck down the back. So you don't have to worry about sewing exactly along the line, because that's like stitching in the ditch. Maybe not the easiest thing to do. So we've done it a little bit differently. And then the back of the cushion cover is like this cloudy effect with the spots on it, picking up on the colours from the main piece. And that's big enough to make an envelope back cushion cover, because you can see it's quite a lot bigger than the actual panel itself. I'm just going to zoom myself out a second, so bear with me if I go a bit wobbly for a sec. No, that's better, isn't it? So that's that. So yeah, so the backing's bigger, but if you wanted to use white as your backing fabric and maybe make a coordinating cushion cover out of this one, or you can do front and back of tote bags. Of course, it doesn't have to be just a cushion cover. But if you go onto the, if you want one and you want to get in there early, if you go to the Create and Craft website and look on the TV schedule and go down to my show at 6 o'clock tonight, and then products in show, and they're all there. Everything that we've got is there. So just a one-day special that you won't be able to order yet, but I wanted to give you the heads up because it's going to take a couple of weeks to get more stock back in when these go. So you can either go for the owl or penguin, he's cute, or fox. So those are the three. Oh, they make a nice set, really, don't they? I can't remember how much they are. Oh, nice, Alan. Yeah, you'll have to have a look on the website. I can't remember offhand what they priced them at. Oh, Diane, that's a shame. Let's send positive thoughts to Diane. She's got the lurgy. It was nice to see you at the Festival of Quilts. Caught me and Kim in the bar having a Prosecco, Angie. They're lovely, aren't they? So What's Knitting. I'm really pleased with them. I wish I could claim that the artwork was mine, but it's actually the same artist as the woodland animals that we've shown you before. So anyway, so those are there now. Sally Ann's just finished her housework. Sally Ann, on a Saturday morning. Naughty corner for you. Mind you, don't go to the naughty corner because I forget to take you out. I think Leslie's been in there for about 2 years. Oh, hi Leslie, hi Blodwyn. I'm glad you like them, lovely. Oh, I shall show you that, Deirdre, the stained glass fabric kit. So that's Create and Craft. The other one that at the moment is exclusive to Create and Craft is the new Wonderland panel. So this matches the one-day special one. And it's similar to the pink one that we brought you before, but different images. So you've got the same 4 panels that you can make cushion covers with. Comes with instructions to make cushion covers, coasters and bunting. 2 different styles of cushion covers. So you've got your bunting and then you've got your small squares at the bottom there as well. So, and those again they're on their website now. We will be getting them on the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, but it will be a couple of weeks because we've overloaded our printers somewhat. The mini iron, Rachel, are on my website. So go to debbieshawsewing.com and put mini iron in the search bar and you'll find them there. Oh, hi Julie. And hi Alice. No, Janet had to make her own coffee this morning. What do you reckon? Should we let Leslie out of the naughty corner? Has it been 2 years or is it more than that? I have a feeling you went there in lockdown, didn't you? Or was it before lockdown? Should we let her out? Been a long time. You know, she's getting old and grey now. Go on then, out you get. Just no more housework on a Saturday morning, okay? These are the fabric pieces we've had put together for the stained glass kit. By popular demand, so there's fat quarter white, and that's a white texture, it's white on white. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is the, if I tip it over away from the light a little bit, you might see it. It's Mystic Vine. So it's actually the same design as this one. So there's a fat quarter of the white, there's a fat quarter of Mystic Vine orange. Now that's not exactly the same colour as I used a yellow on mine, but I can't get that anymore, but I prefer this one, to be honest. And fat quarter of the turquoise. Again, I used a more greeny colour which I can't get, so I've gone as close as I can, but these are absolutely perfect. And then you have a fat quarter of the orange blender, a fat quarter of the royal blender, half a metre of the pink, and then I've thrown those in for good measure. So that's for one of the leaves and that's the centre of the bud. That's all you need for it. So I just thought, oh, you can have those, I'll chuck those in. So you get all of those. So if you're going to make both projects from the Half Yard Club, the cushion cover and the wall hanging, you'll need black fabric for the wall hanging. The measurements are on the instructions. And of course you're going to need your bias binding and wadding. But because I put a half a metre of the pink in, that's enough to make the cushion backs as well as the applique. So if you want the instructions, you need to be a Half Yard Club member. So that is your main project for this month. And if you don't want to make it, you've just got something to fill up your stash with blenders and stuff. You're all right, Leslie. So I did forget about you, but then when I remembered, I thought I didn't care. Stay there. I thought just stay in that naughty corner. There is it. Oh, talking to each other. Morning, Carol. Oh, thank you, Laura. I think it is. There's a lot of fabric there. Right. Something else to show you before we get on with this child's apron are these new on the website, and I wanted to show you because they're huge. So we've got 2 Christmas advent calendars. That's kind of the finished size of it. Can't remember what they're called. Happy Holidays. And the bottom section is pockets. Looks like we might be having a sale on. That's got a very tiny cut in it. That will, I'm sure, oh, it might not be in the seam allowance. That's repairable. Anyway, yours won't have the cut in them. Those are all of the pockets. And that is the main advent calendar. So you have got instructions, but it's really, really simple. You basically cut the pockets out and sew them on top of the numbers. Advent calendar by numbers. And thank you, Rita. Morning. So that one's that one. That's that. Oh, by the way, just going back to the stained glass bundles, we've only got a few left because they weren't on yesterday. Please go on the waiting list if you want more. I have got more fabric coming hopefully tomorrow, so we just need to get that cut and kitted. So we should be able to get some more quite soon, but if you go on the waiting list, that gives us an idea of how many we need to actually get cut. This is the second advent calendar. Again, they're really big. A bit more traditional, this one. Love the rocking horse. And as we come down there, it seems ice skates are rather popular. Funny that. There's all the pockets down there. But again, it's a really, really, really big sheet. So that's that. So if you go to new arrivals on the website, you'll see them there. The Matildas just beat France. Who are the Matildas? That's some kind of sport. Hello, Adelheid. We do deliver to Germany. I think you will have to pay tax when your parcel arrives, though. Blodwyn, if you go to new arrivals on the website, it's there. I can show you. I can show you. Hang on a minute. Oh, I lost my mouse. If I do that, and then we do that, and then we do that, and then I do that. So those are your new arrivals. So we've got the Christmas tree panel, the winter houses panel. There's your stained glass fabric bundle, and at the moment it looks like we've still got stock. When we sell out, it'll come out of stock there, and then a box will pop up underneath there that will say keep me informed. So that's where, oh, we're sold out of that again. And that, oh, by the way, put your name on a waiting list for these as well if you want them, because we will be getting those back in stock, I think, tomorrow. We've still got some of the black. We've got more of that coming in as well, actually. So yeah, so that's new arrivals. If you go to new arrivals on the website, that's where you're going to find, funnily enough, all the new arrivals. Advent calendars reprinted. We don't get those printed. We've actually bought those from a supplier, so as long as they've got the stock. Christmas panels, Carol, were $11.99. Oh, Julianne, I hope you're going to get better soon. Can't wait to get back to sewing. Thinking of you. Positive thoughts going out to you. I know, Giles, I'm just thinking that maybe you're a bit too generous with our pricing. Anyway, you take advantage. Let me show you these. When I was saying that ice skating's popular. Now, I did mention earlier on Big Fat Tees, my Christmas fabric will be launching next Sunday on Create and Craft at 9 o'clock in the morning, I think. And I'm just looking at the advent calendar, which I should have brought over here. I'll show you the fabric, and then I'll show you the advent calendar as well. So these are they. So there's 10 pieces to the collection. I don't actually name these, so I don't know what they're called them. This one is Snowman, and that was ice skating. So I'm assuming that they'll do a deal like they normally do, where they put half meters together with the fat quarters and everything like that. We will have them on the website individually. So there's my snowman, and these are my drawings. They're my watercolour paintings, actually. Long time coming, this one. It's been well over a year since I drew these. So we've got snowmen and doors. We don't actually have the fabric to put on the website at the moment. I've just been sent some bits and bobs for sampling, but as soon as we get it in, it'll be on the website as well. I'm fine, thank you, Zakira. How are you, darling? That strawberry fabric is gorgeous, isn't it, Lauren? Christmas trees. This one was Gary's favourite, actually. He says it was very 1930s, with the little ice skaters there, look. The children skating. And finally is the poinsettias. I shall show you my etchings nearer the time. I've actually got these. I didn't lose them this time. So that's one fat quarter pack. We will be having all of these by the half metre as well. And then this is the second pack. So I love this one. I think that's my favourite one. And the colours as well. So it's called Traditional Christmas, but it's not necessarily all reds and greens and golds. So those are ice skates and lanterns. Oh, Leslie, yes. It's it's always really exciting when, you know, when you see something that you've drawn or painted and then it's an actual product, and then at the back of your mind you think, well, what if nobody likes it? What if it's only me that likes it? What if nobody buys it? Oh, there we go. So a little bit of feedback is much appreciated. I'm glad you like the skaters. So we've got cones and bows, and bells. I actually made the drawings really big this time, because particularly with the doors. So I'm just going to switch you off while I cough a minute. Sorry about that, you didn't need to listen to that. Where's the doors gone? So there's loads of detail in them. So the actual drawing was probably about, I don't know, A4 in size, the painting, sorry, but that means that I can get lots of detail into a big picture, and then when it's shrunk down you just get loads and loads of detail, like the white highlights on there, and so that's how that worked anyway. So I wanted to make them as detailed as I possibly could. And then we've got the poinsettias in with the green background as well. So, I also have, which I haven't got here, and I don't think I've got any in the house, an Aurifil thread range that's on there, which has been designed to go with the Christmas fabric. So let me just have a look for that. If I go to, just get my keyboard. Hang on a minute. Type Aurifil in there. I'll show you these nearer the time because I haven't actually got them yet. That's it, Traditional Christmas. So all of the colours in here have been picked out specifically to go with there's my bow, to go with this fabric range. So just to let you know. Right, should we make this apron? Rita, they're on Create and Craft next Sunday, but if you want to hang on, probably the week after or during that week, we should have the stock in. We have asked as soon as it arrives. Ooh, that's got a pull on it. As soon as it arrives, then it comes straight to us. So it should be hopefully towards the end of next week. Didn't you know, Andrew? Oh yes, my own thread range. Do I mention it a lot? Do I do that? Gonna carry on. Thank you, Susan. Right, or Susan, it's both of you, thank you. Oh, I tell you what, just have a look at that for a second, and I'm just going to show you the advent calendar as well. I think I've shown you this before, because this should be on the show at the same time, and I have actually made one up. And this is there you go, look, a really easy way of making the advent calendar, because the pockets are all folded. So you're not cutting out individual pockets, you're folding the fabric up, so these are all folds, and then just sew down the side of each one. It makes it so easy. So with a lot of advent calendars, even like the big ones that I showed you earlier, you cut out the pockets, you hem them, then you sew them on. With this one, you literally fold it, so they're all perfectly sized. And that's the finished size of it. And it's got a channel on the back, so you can put a pole through there to hang it up. But again, that's all the characters and whatnot from the rest of the fabric range, so it all matches and coordinates together. Anyway, that's enough newness for you. Oh, it's raining hard in Bolton. Right, so which one shall we use? I've got some red fabric. I've got a little bit of broderie anglaise, which is what Leslie's used around the bottom here. We are out of stock of this at the moment, but that should be arriving Tuesday. I think that one's going to be coming in. Right, so let me have a look what we're going to do. Let's do, as it's for a little girl, what's a girly one? I have nothing wrong with boys wearing frills, of course not. I think I'll do the ice skates one. Let's do that one. Okay. And does that go with my red? Just got a piece of red fabric there. Yes, that goes very well with the red, Deborah. Thank you very much. So let's put the iron on and get these creases out first. It wouldn't, no, not for an adult, Deirdre, not this one, because I'm only using fat quarters, but I suppose you could size up if you wanted to. Mind you, fat quarter's big enough for a pinny for an adult, isn't it? So anyway, so yeah, put a longer strap on it. Maybe I'll just make a big version of it. So I'm going to do the bottom part, which is this this bit in the plain red, and then I'll just do the frilly bit in the ice skating, and then this time I've got some tape to go around the waist, so I don't have to make a waistband. Depends how big you want it, Deirdre. That's if you're making an apron, a half apron like that, then I think a fat quarter is going to be fine. But if you want to gather it, or I don't know, make it longer or bigger, put a tape measure around yourself and see how that works. Oh, while my iron's heating up, I wanted to show you these as well. We've got quite a lot. Let me just get my box up there of felt, and I wanted to show you this because it's coming close to gnome time, going gnome. So these are quite big pieces. They're big fat quarters of felt in single pieces. It's synthetic, but it's really soft. So we've got green. It doesn't feel like synthetic. With synthetic felts, they can sometimes kind of stick to your fingerprints, and not a fan at all. But these are incredibly soft, and because it's synthetic, they're really tough as well. So if you're using them for applique on clothing or anything like that, perfect. And we have the green. We've got red. So if you put felt into the website, and then we've got a peach, which is perfect for noses, peachy little noses. And there's also a white. The white is actually only gone in stock today. So those are the individual pieces. But then we've also got smaller pieces in bundles. And with these are that big. I can't remember. 12.5 by 10.5. And these are packs of 5, and those we have in teal, in rust, in pink, so 5 of each of those. There's lavender, There's taupe and black and grey and forest, and then a bright green as well. So those are all of the colours, and again those are packs of 5. So perfect for gnome type accessories. We've also got, but not very many, pastel fat quarters. This again is synthetic, but if you're making little hats and things like that, then those are, you know, like ding and dong. And finally we have back in stock some of the Christmas felt squares. These ones are a little bit stiffer, so it's craft felt, but you're getting 42 pieces of Christmas colours. So if you're making Christmas cards and things like that, or you wanted to make decorations out of felt, then that's a really good value pack. Also have a look at the glitter felts, because we won't be getting any more of those back in stock again when they're gone. So just thought to show you those, because there's loads of the felts on the website. As you can see, we've got so many colours and different sizes. We've got red felt by the ½ metre as well, if you wanted lengths of it. So if you're looking for felt for gnomes, again, they've got loads there for you. Right, iron should be hot now. Ironing board would help, so let's just get the creases out of these first. Stained glass windows have gone. Okay, thanks for letting me know. And I say if you want the stained glass bundle, then go on the waiting list. I'm going to put a bit of water in that. Let me just switch it off a sec. Sorry, McQuinn. Happy birthday, my Quinn. Sorry, McQuinn. Oh, happy birthday, Janet, if it's your birthday. Ooh, there we go. Let's build a bit of that. 55. Youngster. Morning, Joan. Not raining in Walsall yet, says Linda. Just because that bit of steam will get those creases out. Oh, Andrew's already ordered last night. Oh, thank you. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, of course it's you, Mary. Jennifer says spring chicken at 55. Lovely in Sussex, says Joan. Yes, it is nice here. I might even get to walk my dog before I go to Create and Craft. I've got another show with Kim's Fabric tonight at 9 o'clock as well, on Create and Craft. So if you wanted to have a tune in there, so it'll be 6 o'clock with the one day special, and then 9 o'clock with Kim's Fabric, and then one day special again tomorrow at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I always forget the times on a Sunday. Okay, so I don't need all of that. Do need some scissors. There we go. So let's make this that big. There we go. And we'll save that for next week. The owl cushion is from the panels, Yvonne, that are on Create and Craft. They're in the show tonight at 6 o'clock, but they have got them live on the website now. I have a feeling we've sold an awful lot of them since they went live last night, because the figures have been coming through today. And I think we're going to, well, there's a chance we could have sold out before the show goes live. Are you spitting at me? So if you want to have a look now, if you want it, we will be getting some more, but they will be on a 2-week extended delivery because we are inundating our printers at the moment. And they've only got 2 fabric printing presses, and we are running them into the ground with all the work we're giving them, so it'll be a couple of weeks. Yes, if you go to createandcraft.com, go to the TV schedule and scroll down to 6 o'clock tonight, and it'll say Daisy Lane with Debbie Shaw, and have a look on the products in show, and you can order them that way. Be quite funny to sell out before the show, wouldn't it? Right, this fabric, let me give you measurements, is, that might be a little bit big actually. I'll need to square it off, I think. But I'd say I've got the selvage on the bottom, and we don't want that, so I'll square this off in a second, and we will make it 20 inches by 17 inches is what we're going to do. So let me just fold this in half. I have my cutting mat, but I don't have a rotary cutter, so we'll do it by eye. So I'm just cutting off the selvage, and then, what did I say, 20 inches. So that's folded in half, so that needs to be 10 inches, which is about there. Nice thing about projects like this, it doesn't have to be exact. You know, it's not a fitted apron, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't turn out exactly the right size or exactly the same size as what I'm doing here. Save that bit. And then 17 inches down, was I going to go? 17 inches there. It's a new company, Deirdre, that I set up with Kim. So we're both directors of the company, and we have an equal involvement in it. So we didn't want to call it anything Debbie Shaw, and Debbie Shaw and the Kimberley Hind was a little bit of a mouthful, so we just came up with a new name. So we called it Daisy Lane. Right, so I've got that. I'm just going to round the corners here. Now if you're confident, then you can just go ahead and cut it. Otherwise, find yourself something round, like my ribbon reel, and just round it off around there. Small plate will be absolutely fine. A pen that works would help. And let's just cut that round like that. There we go. So that's going to be the size of my apron. And then the little bit that goes over the top needs to be a bit smaller. So I'm going to do it to about there. Just make sure that's straight and chop that off there. I'm going to round off the corners to match that. Like so. And then let's just open that up. Remember, I'm going to have the lace around the bottom. I can see what I've done with the lace to go around the bottom. Lost it again, haven't I? Oh, I did find my second spool holder, by the way. It was on the floor right next to me. What have I done with that lace? Oh, there it is, under that box. Now the lace is going to go around the bottom of here. Oops. So I don't want that to be kind of that big because the lace is going to overlap. So let's make it a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter still. That's better. And then I just need to trim down the sides a little bit because that's going to be a little bit too wide around there as well. So I can chop the top off here. You can see the way my mind works now, can't you? Just trying to figure things out. I don't tend to write things down or practice on scrap. I just tend to get on with it. But for the most part, it works. And I'll just trim that back just a little bit more. There. So I think that's going to look nice. And then all of that's going to be gathered at the top anyway. So that's kind of how it's going to be looking, but with the frill around it. We haven't got any in stock at the moment, Deirdre. If you go on the waiting list again, it should be here on Tuesday. It is on order. And it's called the 5 centimetre Broadway Anglaise flower ruffle. No, Zakaya, I bought it. Don't have too much time for dressmaking at the moment. Right, let's put this frill around the edge of here first of all. So that's going to go there like that, so we want that like that, and that just goes on there and that folds over. So if I fold it and set it on the back that way and put that together there and then fold that over there, that's going to work nicely. So this is just going to go right sides together quite close to the edge, and we'll sew all the way around. Okay. So, oh, I've just switched you off for some reason. Why did I do that? And there we go. So right up to the end there. Foot down. And we'll sew. It's a nice lace, this one, actually, isn't it? Oh, yellow stains on fingers, by the way. I was changing the ink in my printer, and the yellow and the black kind of burst. That was yesterday. Still can't get the yellow off. So definitely not nicotine. Right. So carrying around. And again, I'm sewing quite close to the edge. And there we go. Down the bottom. If you have just some lace that you can gather, I think that might be quite nice. Or of course you don't have to put lace around it at all. You could just hem the edge. That would work well too. I'll measure that lace in just a second, Susan. I should have measured it, shouldn't I? Let's move that around there. And then back down the final side. So we'll be selling this, I think it's by the metre. If you do want to hang on till next week, as soon as it comes to us, we'll get it back in stock again. Let's chop that off there. So that is about 39 inches. I broke my tape measure. It's a good job it wasn't more than 42 inches, wasn't it? Solveig, I'm not sure. I'd say maybe 9-10 years old, maybe bigger. Right, now I'm going to fold this over to the right side and then top stitch. And because I sewed close to the edge when I sewed this bit, that's really close to the edge. When I fold this back again, then that's going to hide the raw edge on the inside, so I don't need to double hem it. So yes, she did a good job of that strawberry jacket. Took her a long time. She's actually taken it to France with her, so can't show you. But yes, it's really lovely. Did a really good job. Okay, so again we just sew all the way around. So a red thread would look nice with this as well if you wanted to top stitch in a contrast. Whoops. Obviously you're going to be taking a lot more time if you do something like this, and you're not going to get wobbly stitches like what I have. Right, just around the side there. I know it's going to need another press, we'll do that later. I was thinking about putting a little pocket on the front, but I think because this is going to be gathered, it won't work too well. Right, so that's that. That's that. So that's pretty. And then you've got the hidden raw edge on the other side as well. Only type of wet wipes remove ink stains. Oh really? I didn't think that, because I even tried nail varnish remover. That didn't work. Just dropped my scissors. Oh, and I've got another tape measure down there as well. There you go. Okay. Let's gather the top of this. So I'm going to just back stitch at the end, switch my stitch up to the longest, which on this one is a 5, and so close to the edge at the top. And then must remember not to use my thread snips, which is quite difficult to do when you're in the habit of doing that. So let's pull the thread out. And then, I don't know why, my mum always told me to choose the bottom thread when you're gathering, so that's what I've always done. And we'll just pull that together. Don't you hate it when it knots when you're trying to gather it? There we go, so we just gather that gently. Done it again, keep switching you off. Nail varnish remover is good for getting super glue. Is it, Lisa? Had to do it with my son yesterday. Oh. Did you glue him? All right, so just gathering across the top. Did you want him to be quiet or something? All right. No, maybe not too much there. So those gathers nice and even. So not too gathered. We don't want it too frilly, I don't think. I think that'll be quite nice. Just knot off the end of those so my gathering doesn't come undone. That's that. And then for this one, it needs to be gathered all the way across the top. So again, let's back stitch. Oh, in fact, I didn't cut the tails off there, did I? So I can just sew all the way across. So I've got my long stitch on there still. Oh, no, I haven't. I've come undone. Come here. Sorry, I just need to rethread that. It seems to have bounced out of the take-up lever for some reason. So bear with me just a second while I just do this. There we go. Lisa's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday for tomorrow. So again, nice long stitch to gather that. And then remember to put your stitch back to normal, otherwise you'll have baggy seams. Laura, mine snips. I don't get the tail of thread at the beginning, but I get one at the end. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, don't know why. So yeah, it doesn't snip right back to the fabric for some reason. It's like that on my old machine though. I think that's just the way they are. Right, so let's gather that a little bit again. So I don't want to gather this more than the flap at the front. So we can keep lining the two up together and just make sure it looks nice still. Like that. I think that's looking jolly nice. And then we need to sew these two pieces together. So I'm going to fold that to mark the centre, fold that to mark the centre, and put those two bits together and pin. Now then, where's my pins gone? So I'm just marking the centre of those at the moment so I can line them up. Right, like so. And then if your backing fabric has a right and wrong side, we're going to have the top fabric facing up and the bottom fabric, hang on a minute, facing up. So it's right side to wrong side. Doesn't matter if it's plain, but right side to wrong side, because we're going to flip this over, so that'll be the bit that you see ultimately. So let's pin that. And from where it's going to start there, and then where it's going to end here. And then we'll sew it. I've no idea what I'm doing, you know. I hope it's going to work. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Oh, just need to take that first pin out, and then we'll sew. So just making sure that my gathering's nice and even as I go. So those can kind of be rearranged a little to make them even. And just coming up to the end there. And I'm going to flip that over, so we've got that. Yeah, that's fine. Is that fine? Am I happy with that? I'm going to press it. I don't know if I'm happy with that. Oh, excuse me. I just get my ironing mat off the floor again. Oh, is it Raina's birthday tomorrow as well? Happy birthday for anybody whose birthday it is tomorrow. There seems to be a few of you. All right, let's just press this top and see what it's looking like, because I'm not sure I like that. So I'll show you what I mean. It's a bit too gathered. A little bit too gathered. And press the rest of these creases out as well while I'm here. I don't like creased up fabric. Don't know about you. I don't know what I'm doing on Create and Craft later, Deirdre. I haven't thought about it yet. I will be demoing something, but I don't know what. So that goes on there. Then I've got the end bits there, and that goes around there like that. Don't like it. I don't like it, so I'm going to undo it, is what I'm going to do. With my possum picker that Irene bought me. Right, let's do that. I'm just taking these apart again, didn't like it. We'll do something different. See, this is what happens when I'm winging it, I'm making it up as I go. I really ought to have more prep time. But there you go. Morning, Anne. Tonight I'm on at 6 o'clock tonight on Create and Craft. That's the launch of the one-day special. Then I'm on again at 9 o'clock, and that's going to be Kim's fabric. So I'm going to do something different for this now. Just don't know what yet. Oh, I do, Laura. Particularly with something like this that I've not done before, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. So I just thought I'd share that with you. If I do a proper tutorial for YouTube, then of course I'm not going to be doing this, because I'll have made one up beforehand. I shall get round to doing that. Yeah, Tilly, the thing is, if I'm not happy with it, I'll just unpick it and do it again. So I'm not following a pattern or anything for this. It's just made up off the top of my head. So if I was following a pattern, then it would probably be right, wouldn't it? And I'd be happy with it, but I'm not. So there. The purse next to the water bottle, that's a bag that Sheena made using Kim's fabric. It's beautiful. It's my Miss Messenger bag from Half Yard Bags and Purses. Right, we'll figure this one out again then. So I think instead of having a gathered piece behind it, I think that can actually be flat. So what I'm going to do is lay that back on top. So I've only got one gathered piece. And then I'm going to cut the back to the shape of the top. And I think that's going to help it sit flatter. So I'm not putting gathering on top of gathering. So where did I put my blooming scissors again? Oh, there they are. It's all right, Julie. It's exactly what I'm doing. I kind of had a plan in my mind, but I think it could be nicer. So I'll do that, and then we'll fold this in half so I can make it symmetrical. So we'll take these gathering stitches away. And do this. Right, that's going to look better. Oh, I'll pull that out later, you're not going to see that anyway. So let's get rid of all these little bits of thread. And then that's going to go on there, and that there. And I think I need to put some kind of casing across the top of there. So let's do that in red. And in fact, I chopped some bits off, didn't I? And that's going to be the perfect size to go on there. That's better. That's going to be better. So let's fold this in half and give it a press. Zakaya says, I was watching CNC catch up. Oh, the chicken fabrics are going to be on again tonight, Zakaya. So we'll do that. And I'm just going to fold the edges over by about, well, just over 1/4 of an inch. Just so that that's the same on each side. Between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch, something like that. So that's that. Need to hem this bit first as well before I put this on. And let's do this one. This is the chrysanthemum red Tilly. Glad you like it. So it's a proper big, bold pillar box red, isn't it? Okay, so that's that. I'll come back to that in just a second. Because I'm going to hem this first. I'm not going to tie around with it, Deirdre. I'm going to put some ties in it, not make the casing part of the ties. I thought it might be a bit easier. Well, that was the kind of the rough plan I had in my head anyway. That didn't quite work. So who knows what's going to happen? But you could make the casing go all the way around. Just make it maybe the width of the fabric. So I'm just rolling over the hem twice and trying to keep it quite small because it can be quite tricky to hem around a curve if you're going to put a big hem on there. So I'm trying to fold over twice by no more than 1/4 of an inch. And then just keep easing that as we go around the curve. I would normally change the colour of my thread for red as well, but we've got white and that's fine. So just tucking this round nice and tight around the curve so it stays curvy. Just going to turn my machine around a little bit. Better. If you're not too good on sewing around curves, then you could bind the edges of this. That might be a little bit neater. But again, if you just keep the curve, or keep the hem quite small, it should be fine. You might get a little bit of puckering when you come to the very tight curves, but whoops, I think we're doing okay. Just push that in there. Oh, Yep, that's gone round nicely. And then back down here. Straight bits are easier. I find it easier as well to just keep folding this over as I'm going rather than pinning it, but pressing it might help. If you want to press it first before you sew it, might find it easier. Right, just coming up to the next curve and keeping it small. And here we go. So can you see what I'm actually doing there? That's got a bit of a pucker in it, so let's see if we can flatten that out a bit. So small little lengths at a time. Needle down when you do lift that up. It's got a little bit of a crease in it, but I don't mind that at all. Pushing that round. Little bits, tiny hem, folded over twice. And then back down the long side. There, that will do. Right, almost there, almost over the hemming. I need to give that a quick press as well. There we go. Perfect one. Hello June in Florida, how's your weather? She's watching me and women playing the World Cup on the TV. She says, life is good. There we go. So that needs a quick press. That's not too shabby at all. Let's go around this side. A little bit of steam with that. Oh, why are you spitting water at me? I think I might have overfilled my iron, spitting at me. Okay. And then let's get this channel on the top. So come off there, come off there. So that's going to go on there like that. Let's make sure it's sitting nice and centrally. So I'm going to sew that on first actually. I do have a DX7, Rita, I absolutely love it. Wish I'd have bought it years ago. Although tonight on Create and Craft I'm going to be using my straight stitch machine. I think they've got those on Create and Craft tomorrow. So I'm going to take mine in tonight. Okay. There we go, that's better. Got a few loose threads that'll need chopping off later. Don't know what he's doing today, Leslie, to be honest. Normally had a coffee by now, haven't I? Right, so that's that. That's better. And then this, I'm going to sew right sides together and I'm going to fold the end in. So just like putting on a piece of binding, sew down the first crease there. Go out the way, that tape gets everywhere. So I folded the edge so that it matches. Just back stitch that a little bit. And let's sew this on here. And he's already been out to the post for me this morning, so. And then the first thing he said when he gets back is, do you want breakfast? I'm terribly spoiled. Right, so that's going to go up to the end of there. So let's trim this back now. Oh, that wasn't very straight, was it? And then this end can fold over. No, he hasn't fiddled with me camera. He got into a habit of doing that, didn't he? Just coming in and willy-nilly fiddling. Right, and then keeping that end folded over, that is going to cover over my seam there. Let me just iron that, make it a bit easier. We've got the church bells chiming a minute early, that's confusing. And that's that. So this then goes, that folded edge that we did, over the top there, and just to cover over my stitches. And I'm leaving the ends open because I'm going to put some tape inside there. So you see we got there, this is the way it works, isn't it? It's what we do when we're winging it, when we're making it up as we go. So I know if I'm just covering that stitch line, because I want to sew from the other side, not this side, that's the side that you see, then I should catch all of this at the back. It would be a good idea to have used red so my stitches don't stand out so much, but I'm using white now, so that's that. Okay. And then we'll sew just across the top of there. And again, leave the ends open. So that goes down there. So I'm sewing quite close to the seam, and just make sure that I'm catching that back fabric. So I'm not sewing it across the seam, I'm sewing on the red bit, on the waistband. So that's nice and neat on the front, and I've cut the fabric on the back as well. And then I've got some tape here. We don't have this on the website at the moment, but if you want it, let me know and I shall see if I can get hold of some. Oh, it'd be easy to just cut that off, wouldn't it? Okay. And that's going to make the ties, so you make those as long as you want them to be. So mine are about, I'm going to hazard a guess. What do you reckon? I'm saying 22 inches. Let's see how accurate we are. Oh, 25 inches, 3 inches out. So this I'm going to stick in the end of here. In you go. And we'll sew it. I'll snip all these bits off later. I've got a little bit of a knot there. So let's carry on that stitch line there. And so I keep switching you off so I can't see you. Let's trim these bits back. Oh, that's a big knot on the back. We don't want that. We'll do that later. And then stick the other end in here. Like so. And then push that in there. Shirley, I will do when I've got some time. I've got a whole list of YouTube videos that I'm going to do. Whoops! Oh, now that's on the floor. So I'll try and put this one on the list. I need a week of nothing else to do but YouTube videos. So I'll put this on the list. So then when you watch it, you don't have to watch me change my mind halfway through. So you don't have to look at the planning stage, so to speak. Put that down there. But so I'm just using it. I'm going to prep this for a show next week. So I thought, hey, there we go. While you're there, let's have a chat. I don't think I'm getting coffee today because I'm nearly finished. Mind you, I've got a raging toothache, which isn't helped by anything hot or anything cold or anything touching it, to be honest. And I can't get into the dentist until the 25th. It's agony. So I don't think I'll cope with the coffee. Not today. Oh, see you, Karen. See you next time. She says bye. Bye. Yes, I found my sewing machine, Matt, and you know what it's like, it was there. It was right next to me. How's that then? Not exactly adult size, dearie, but you've seen the process and how my mind works, and that would make a nice, I'd say 9 or 10-year-old kind of size of an apron. It's quite nice, isn't it? Just needs pressing on the bottom there a little bit, I think. Yeah, so that's that. So that's one project done for next week anyway. Right, I'm glad you like watching the planning stage. Jan says the planning process is what I learned from... oh, really? Oh, I thought you'd be watching that thinking, oh, she didn't get it right first time. But there you go. That kind of worked, didn't it? And so a pocket on the front I wouldn't do, I don't think, because... yeah, it to be gathered. I'm just wondering if extra lace around the edge, would that be too much, do you think? Extra lace around there, would that be a bit over the top? Yeah, maybe a bit over the top. Right, so if your toothache goes umbrella, you want better offering a long run. Oh, really? Oh, I've never thought about that. Do they do dentistry? I think I might need a filling. Oh, an adult size with the Barbie fabric. That's a good idea, Deirdre. Went to see Barbie. Me and Kim went to see it last week. Really disappointed. Anybody else been? I thought it'd be a funny film. Anyway, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Blodwyn. I'm ignoring it at the moment, so I'll have a painkiller before tonight and just make toothpaste on the... Really, Pat, toothpaste on it. I'll give that a go. Give anything a go. It's really painful. Right. Oh, hello, Dawn. Bye. I'm going now. She says I'm late. Not to worry. Okay, so just to reiterate, 6 o'clock tonight is Create and Craft. I'm just looking for those panels again. These ones they do have on the website now, and these are the ones that make the cushion behind me. They do come with instructions, and they are on the Create and Craft website right now. When they sell out, we will be getting more in, and we will be getting some on our website, but it's going to be a couple of weeks before we can get any more printed. So I just wanted to let you know about those. 9 o'clock tonight on Create and Craft is Kim's Fabric again, and then I'm back there tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. No, not 10 o'clock. And 2 o'clock tomorrow. It's a quilting weekend on Create and Craft. I don't know what that entails. I don't know whether they're doing special offers or something, but they're having a quilting event. So that's what we're doing later. Otherwise, I shall see you. They do a temporary filling. Do they? Do that? I didn't know they did that. Didn't know they did that. Thank you, Leslie. Otherwise, I shall see you again next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. See you later, Marilyn. Thank you. So anyway, I hope you kind of enjoyed that. And what? So my battery's going. One more job that I don't have to do next week. I'm just making sure I've caught up with everything here and done that. Dental Hub in Peterborough. Is there? Didn't know that, Pat. I'm all right for now. I'm all right for now. I wasn't going to complain. I hope I needed a root canal. Oh, I've had a few of those. What was that? Ibuprofen and two. Oh, here we are. I'll finish now.
Oh, coffee.
So I've got me coffee. Don't ask. No, I'm going. Don't ask.
Did you hear the ruckus earlier?
No.
An egg.
Oh, it was an egg.
Yeah, have a look.
Oh, it was her.
It was that one.
Look at the size of that. That's a little.
Oh.
Can I have egg for lunch? Maybe scrambled. That's little Truck's egg.
I know, and you dropped it.
Thought it was that one.
You call that an egg?
They're lovely. I've had 3 this morning.
She's got to know how to lay more than one a day.
They mount up. Gary won't eat them. He says I've seen where they come from. Anyway, have a wonderful birthday tomorrow, Mrs. and anybody else whose birthday it is tomorrow. And I shall see you again. I cracked it. June says I cracked it. I shall see you again on Wednesday. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you later. Bye bye.